feeling going around the ground, and I think they'd be pretty nervous in the dressing room because this is a very important game. Really coming down to a must-win early in the season for these two teams. North Queensland on just 4 points, Auckland on 6 points. Auckland away from home today and without Grant Young, Joe Vungana, Gene Namu and Matthew Ridge all out of the side. So they've made the changes. The only thing, Gary Freeman, I suppose we're wondering which of the changes might have happened anyway and which have happened because of the test match on Friday night, because there was the sense that John Mahon was ready to make changes.
Yeah, there certainly was. Speaking of changes back there in Auckland, because they didn't come away with a lot of wins even at home now, and even going away is making it twice as tough. But on Friday night, I think a few of them could have been injured. You see them in there in the dressing rooms, and ERU and of course Betts there. The other guy that I think will have to have a big game today is Shane ENDACOTT, the Kiwi coach's son. He'll be looking to have a big game, sit down there on the right-hand side by the looks of things.
Yeah, Shane ENDACOTT, it's a very important day for him. He's broken into the side. Gene Namu has been under pressure. Shane ENDACOTT has been playing very well in reserve grade. He's 26 years old. Played for Hull in England, played for the Canterbury Cardinals in the local club competition last year. Of course, son of Frank ENDACOTT, the Kiwi coach, but has been playing very well in reserve grade, putting the pressure right on Gene Namu. But today has been preferred. And just looking into the dressing room there, you can see Tony TUIMAVAVE in the centre there with a guard on his right arm. He came off the field last week injured, but he's ready to go again this week. He's been a force in the lock forward position after early in the season he was coming off the bench.
Yeah, certainly his defence, I think, has got him back into this side. It's one thing that the Warriors do have to fix up in that area, is in that defence here around their forwards. I think Steve Kearney's really got to lead by example after that test match on Friday night. I thought he had a fine game, but the loss of Young and Vungana, they might struggle a little bit today.
Behind the posts, there's a big crew of Kiwi supporters.
How do you know that? They've got their black singlets on. Go, boys.
They're ready to cheer for the Auckland Warriors today. Now that is a New Zealand flag, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just had to check. Marc ELLIS, also the question mark has been there whether or not he would maintain his position, at least in the fullback spot. But he's there, he's at fullback, he's not at wing or centre, and they're ready to go. Ready to take the field. And Shane ENDACOTT it was who was sitting down at the right-hand end of the bench, nervously, cross-legged, meditating. Here they come. There's not many supporters here for them, even if they have got a crew behind the post. They're up and cheering, but the rest of the crowd, the majority, booing for the Auckland Warriors. Let's take a look at this lineup. ELLIS at fullback. HOPPE and Paul STALADI on the wing. STALADI wearing jersey 21. ROPATI and Anthony Swan in the centres. Shane ENDACOTT, jersey 18 at 5'8". Stacey Jones, magnificent the other night in the number 7 jersey, halfback. HORO, ERU and Brady, MALAM in the front row. MALAM wearing 16. Familiar back row, KEARNEY, Betts and TUIMAVAVE. Phil Blake gets a start on the bench today. He has been in reserve grade. Stacey Jones played the house down in the second half the other day. He just was running rings around Glenn Lazarus, who didn't know what had hit him in the second half. 20 years of age. He's already played how many tests now? Plenty.
I think he's played something around about 4 or 5 tests for New Zealand. Actually, it might be a bit more because they played in Great Britain last year and, of course, Papua New Guinea. But he had a fine game on Friday on that test match, and that's what he should do with those big fellas, is running them around.
It is hard to hear yourself think here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very, very loud, that's for sure. I think that they might put a few of the Warriors off, but I think the big thing here today with them playing is they've got to go forward first before they go wide and really fix up that defence area.
Now awaiting the Cowboys. Syd ERU, who played well the other night in a beaten side. ERU, particularly in the first half, that first 20 minutes played well. All the Kiwis played well for 20, but then the gates just opened.
Yeah, well, it just made 2 silly errors and drop balls and resulted in 2 quick tries scored against them. And then here we got the Cowboys coming out now.
Get set for the Roars. Ian Roberts leads them out. Johnny Lomax back from suspension after a high tackle. Ian DUNEMANN back from concussion. He missed last week. Was concussed in the game against Perth at the Wacker. Luke Phillips has overcome a knee injury. He was injured against the Broncos 2 weeks back, so they're all back in action. Reggie CRESSBROOK in the fullback spot today. Adam Warwick on the wing. Scott Mahon was originally dropped to reserves, but now comes back into the centres with Chris Tassel out. SHIPWAY's the other centre. Phillips on the wing. Ian Dunemann at 5'8". John Doyle. So it's an inexperienced line-up culminating in Doyle playing in the half-back position. He has been at 5'8". More experience in the forwards. Roberts, Walters, Lomax, Cunningham, Peter Jones and Kyle Warren, who has spent some time out in the backs playing at lock forward today. Johnny Lomax, very experienced through his Canberra years, test football. He will be out to get into the New Zealand Tri-Series team.
That's one thing John Lomax will have to do is play well today. I think he'll be missing Buggener, of course Grant Young. But he'll be looking for a very, very big game. At least he had 3 games ago. He was suspended, but he'll be looking for a big one.
Referee is Tim Mander. We'll just wait for the national anthem. Now the New Zealand national anthem as well. Stand thy feet in the bonds of love we meet. Hear our voices we entreat. God defend our free land. God Pacific's triple song from the shadows of strife and war. Make the praises heard afar. God defend New Zealand.
Was getting fired up there to do the haka. It was a fire the Warriors right up.
The unofficial haka. Hope they stay on that side of the fence, the boys behind the posts. Early mistake by the Cowboys. Dropped backwards by Ian Dunemann, safely landing in the in-goal area. Steve Walters, another player who'll be fired up for a big game after being dropped from the Australian Test team. Played well last week in the loss to Canberra. 40-16, the Cowboys beat them last week away from home, but they should go better here at home. Ian Roberts. Lomax juggling. Taken by Anthony Swann by the collar. Kick downfield from Dunemann. Ellis does well. He wasn't sure whether to come forward or back. In the end, the best option, take it on the boot. Breeze behind the Cowboys.
Good to see the young bloke in STALADI there get involved straight away off his wing. Then they run the ball, just get a feel of how the game's going to go.
Hoppe. 10 short of halfway. Betts. Denis Betts, we're wondering whether he'd respond to the Australian anthem or the New Zealand anthem.
We're not too sure they're going to play his one too.
Stephen Kearney must be tired. Can he go the distance today? Syd ERU the same after playing in the Test match. 8 Auckland men involved in the Test, 6 in the starting lineup. Stacey Jones dumbing his way past John Doyle on the last though and caught for a turnover. Doyle came up so quickly,
He did come up quickly. Stacey tried to put a little step in there, but he should have got a kick away, got a side back down in the red zone, you might say, the Cowboys.
Kyle Warren running the angle. Syd ERU marches back, having popped the penalty.
They're saying that Syd ERU decided to rip the ball out and penalise it.
Peter Jones, straight and hard. The penalty going against HORO for holding down.
You've got to stand up next time, okay? It's quickly though, okay? I'll give a chance.
See the replay here. Denis just kicking the ball out from underneath him there. Referee right on the spot there to give the penalty.
Yeah, mate, it was a close one, Steve. It was a close one, but Denis still had his hands on the top, so he does have the benefit of the doubt to go against it. Okay?
PHILLIPS lining up this kick. 6th highest point scorer in the competition. And it looks good off the boot. Fine kick by Luke PHILLIPS. I'll welcome back his goal kicking ability. He scored 4 tries, and that makes it 16 goals from 25 attempts for the season, so he's up around the 64% mark, which is quite reasonable. Without being sensational, but he's a young player, getting used to the pace of the game. Doyle with the restart. ELLIS. Oh, they've made a mess of it. ELLIS running back and colliding in the end with STALADI, and neither of them could take it.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed with this, the Warriors. You can see the kick-off there. Looks like it is going to go too long. ELLIS decides to make a play at the ball.
To line there, Marc.
And STALADI just standing there in an offside position to get the drop out.
Scott Mahon brings it back. Finds himself in the centres today.
Owen, come back all the way in the centres.
Earlier in the season, he was one of the main weapons that the Cowboys had. He dropped this week and only reprieved when Chris Tassel was out with chickenpox.
Bring it back.
Not a good thing to get at his age, that's for sure, chickenpox.
Owen Cunningham's up to the 10. Cowboys set on this side of the field. DUNEMANN inside to LOMAX. Chopped down by TUIMAVAVE. DUNEMANN. Jones dummying, still going.
I'll tell you what, if the Cowboys go left now, they're a little bit short, the Auckland Warriors.
Kick through from DUNEMANN. Picked up nicely. And away go the Warriors. Clearing it through STALADI. Or ENDACOTT, in fact. That's ENDACOTT. Shane ENDACOTT.
Back. Yep.
HORO with the quick hit up after the play the ball, and the Cowboys went back their 10.
So going back to the little kick that was put in there by the Cowboys, ENDACOTT did a great job in getting his foot to the ball and made some good yards and stayed in the infield of play too. Terrific effort.
MALAM. Brady MALAM can unload a ball.
No hands, no hands.
Grant Young out of the starting lineup, back out of the game. MALAM in.
Come back, come back, come back.
TUIMAVAVE crunched by Roberts. Underneath was Warren with the tackle. Jones comes across the ruck to Betts. Shapes the pass back inside, then went himself. They're only 12 metres out, the Warriors. ENDACOTT gets it away to TUIMAVAVE. KEARNEY.
Okay,
Good cover from inside by the Cowboys. Last tackle now. Jones puts it up. ELLIS giving chase. Pressure here for CRESSBROOK. The ball goes over the dead ball.
Cowboys. Off Cowboys. Line drop out.
Tim Mander says that it did come off Reggie CRESSBROOK. There was plenty of pressure on him. It was a good kick by Jones.
Yeah, better set of 6 there from the Warriors, right from that mistake from the Cowboys, right the other end of the field. But now managed to get a drop out from the Cowboys, but a great kick there by Stacey Jones, and the best part about it was the chasers getting through and putting pressure on Reggie CRESSBROOK.
Another look at it. Put it up from just 10 metres out, so it was deep in that in-goal area.
Yeah, everything with that kick chase is they've got to get those chasers up, otherwise the kick's no good at all. That was excellent.
MALAM brings it back.
Roll away!
HORO missed last week's game. Back today. Jones to KEARNEY, stepping off his left foot, spinning, gets it to ELLIS. ERU, Jones, taps on the pace, gets it away. SHIPWAY comes up with it for the Cowboys though. Stacey Jones is just so quick off the mark, and one of the Cowboys slipped over that made it easier for him to get through the gap.
Yeah, good little break there from Stacey Jones. He went straight through the middle of the ruck. Just a couple of support players got to him a little bit late.
Jones hit by Betts. Solid ball and all tackle. DOYLE, LOMAX, nicely to CRESSBROOK.
No penalties, fellas.
Well tackled by ENDACOTT and HORO. Waller's with the dummy. MALAM drags him to ground. On the halfway. Play on as DUNEMANN runs into the referee, but play wasn't affected. Steve Walters now. Very keen, the Cowboys. In fact, both teams are very keen.
Yeah. Excellent defence, both sides. Everyone moving up and trying to attack the ball carrier.
Mahon with the kick as they started to run it on the last. The kick goes straight to ELLIS. ELLIS goes wider. He's got support out there. Not a good kick from Scott Mahon. Admittedly, he no doubt was hoping that he'd be able to make a break, but he didn't adjust too well.
Well, I think the Warriors' left-hand side of defence there did a great job in covering them up.
Too slow. Let's clear it. Let's get away in. There's a couple of borderline ones, mate, have gone your way.
Against SHIPWAY for holding down.
We're just trying to speed things up there a little bit.
One good sign for the Warriors a moment ago, as we look at a replay of the incident, SHIPWAY holding him down, was that Marc Ellis was backing up his front rowers. That's one area they need more backup. They make the breaks, but they don't finish them.
Yeah, as you said last week against Canterbury, I think they made something 24 breaks. They only come up with a couple of tries. They should be doing better than that.
Come on, let's go all the way. All the way, right here.
HORO unhappy, yelling for a penalty. Betts loses the ball. It went back. Now it's lost.
Threw it down. The ball was knocked back here. It wasn't, mate. Knocked back. He's okay, mate. No problems.
Ian Roberts is irate. He's telling the referee to look at the screen.
On borderline cases, I think the ball didn't go forward, but it didn't go back either. I think it was right on the line. Good decision by Tim Mander.
So Auckland 10 metres out. Hot on the attack here. HORO shows it to TUIMAVAVE, goes himself. Back stretch to the right. ERU. They can attack either side.
I think the Warriors have got to go right here.
Jones on the right, ENDACOTT on the left. Jones. KEARNEY breaks the line. Can't get away though. Tackle from behind by DOYLE. Jones. TUIMAVAVE takes it. Hits the gap. Almost through it.
Hands in there. Let's just wait. Ian. I've got it, Marc.
Ian DUNEMANN was arguing about it.
Nice and quick.
I think he might have the little left arm in there.
No, mate. All over, okay? All over.
Roberts again disputes the decision. You can see there what happened. Ian DUNEMANN did have his hand in on the ball, but he actually had got the hand back out of there, and then it was lost by the Warriors. So if the referee at that point hadn't called a penalty, the Cowboys were a touch unlucky. Oh, well, no, it was in there still.
Yeah, it was still in there. That left hand was just touching the ball, and the referee's told them already. I think what you'll see shortly is someone go to the bin. We are trying to slow this game right down, the Cowboys. If I was them, I'd be trying to speed it up.
Yeah, I saw DUNEMANN's right hand in there grappling with the ball, but it was the left that stayed in as he removed himself. Good decision by Tim Mander. Now Marc Ellis, close to the posts. 62% this season. And that's a good solid kick. Sweetly off the boot, but he was never going to miss it. So it's 2-2 after 12 minutes of play. The line has been threatened by both teams, and both have elected to take the 2 points when given penalty shots close to the posts.
I think the good thing that most of these guys for the Warriors that have played on Friday night, they really are holding their defence line together, not going up too fast, they're just staying together as a unit, and that's going to help them get through this game today.
Both teams have come to play, there's no doubt about that. You can tell from the ferocity and the quickness of their play. They're desperate for the points. Kyle Warren. Tackle 25 out from his own line. Roberts.
Up by 3, come back. Roll on. All the way, all the way.
Lomax has been busy early in the game.
Doesn't he make some yards? He hits it right on the advantage, make 10 yards each time and gets the ball.
So too does Owen Cunningham, because he's very quick, Cunningham. He scurries over that advantage line. Last tackle coming up. DUNEMANN puts it up high in the direction of STALADI. It's knocked back in by Mahon, but it'll be back out on the full. Mahon had a foot on the ground, out of play as he knocked that back.
There's a pretty poor option there from the Cowboys once again. There's plenty of football field to kick the ball in. It's going to have the sideline.
HORO, he started the game strongly. MALAM goes up the middle.
Push back, push back.
Field superb for fast football today. Bit of rain earlier on, but the showers, I'm sure, would have dried up the ground. Perfect. Cowboy down injured. It's Jones. KEARNEY. ENDACOTT. Can't escape. The Cowboys noose. Last tackle coming up now. 30 metres out. Jones hoisted in the direction of the post, coming down 10 metres out. CRESSBROOK's after it. Is taken beautifully by Kyle Warren. Excellent take. The 24-year-old, born in Mackay, grew up in Toowoomba. Kyle Warren played with Manly for a couple of seasons, 93-94, before heading back to Toowoomba, joining North Queensland this year.
Wait here, Denis, they go early.
DUNEMANN to Kyle Warren.
By 3, roll away. Up by 4.
3 men in the tackle. All over Luke Scott. He's just come on. DOYLE.
Okay, last one.
5th tackle. DUNEMANN. Kicks behind STALADI, and it might be too long. ELLIS watches it go dead.
Well, it's an easy 25 metres for the Warriors to pick up there. Playing to this young kid of only 18, STALADI. If they're going to do that, I think they'd be wise of putting the kick up. 21, sorry. Just give him a couple of years younger. That's what you do when you get older.
Scored a heap of tries last year, second highest try scorer in the club. STALADI playing on the wing, but he has had shots at halfback and hooker in the past. TUIMAVAVE to bets as the crowd start to roar. Not a capacity crowd, but a good solid crowd, and they have really come to make their presence felt.
That ball, roll away. No penalties.
Anthony Swann to play it. Jones.
Okay, last one. Quiet.
Phil Blake's out there. Kick from Tony TUIMAVAVE for himself. SHIPWAY intercepts it.
0.
Did well to cover it up. CRESSBROOK. Walters changes direction to Luke Scott now.
And 2, make a swing.
He's 22, played with Brisbane Souths last year. Roberts stands, gets it back to Walters. Runs it, Blake knocks him out of his road, but Blake hangs on.
Well, he did line up Phil Blake, didn't he? Walters.
DOYLE carves his way further upfield, gets it away to LOMAX. Well, good work by John DOYLE. He's not afraid to take him on, but the ball's down.
That's 0.
Betts has got it. Hoppe opens them up. Great run by Sean Hoppe out of nowhere. Dummy half just beat them. ROPATI to Marc ELLIS. ELLIS backing up, the rest of them are way back behind. Anthony Swann. Pull out of the tackle.
Come back.
SHIPWAY marking him, held on. Now Blake dashes down the blind.
That's where he is so dangerous too. He gets out of markers so quickly. If you're only walking back, you'll catch you.
The Warriors in centre field. They've got the numbers. TUIMAVAVE.
Okay, quick the last.
One to go for Auckland. Jones. Tests out CRESSBROOK again. They're coming through hard on him. He takes it beautifully. Hit as he collected it by HORO. They're testing out Reggie CRESSBROOK, but so far he's surviving. He's a local hero up here.
It's better options from Stacey Jones to get that ball in the air and get through those chases too. But as you said, a great take there by CRESSBROOK.
That's three. You're staying obviously out front, mate.
Scott doing plenty of work since he's come on. Now it's Warren. The breeze quite stiff, blowing diagonally behind the Cowboys.
Okay, last one.
Towards this side of the field. Now John Doyle, he puts it up. It's Sean Hoppe's ball, or is it ELLIS? Almost taken out of their hands by Doyle. ELLIS brings it back.
Great take by ELLIS there, and a good extra 5 metres he made too.
Now Hoppe. This is a crackerjack game so far.
Big tackle here by SHIPWAY on Hoppe.
Plenty of intensity out there. Look at that. A tackle from Scott and Roberts on STALADI. MALAM feeds it back to Jones. Steps one. Doubles back as he runs into trouble. Put it away.
Three. Roll away.
Good work from STALADI once more to back up.
It's plenty tough out there. No half given.
KEARNEY must be feeling every bump. Jones with a little kick through. He's on fire again. Can't get the pass back. He had support there from TUIMAVAVE.
Reggie CRESSBROOK right back so deep. A good option by young Stacey to take that on.
The kick on the last. Finds touch. Not too far out from the corner. TUIMAVAVE there. He seems to be popping up in very useful positions all over the field. He's roving, he's backing up, he's there to support, he's making breaks, hitting it up, he's everywhere.
And he's doing chip kicks too, as we saw in the first 15 minutes of the game. He's a talented player, is TUIMAVAVE. And his defence, that's where he's at the back of the scrum there.
Okay, watch it there, Mac.
TUIMAVAVE, a West Samoan chieftain. Doyle. He is slippery. Got a good swerve on him, John Doyle. He's elusive. Now Mahon.
Up two, come back here,
Runs into ENDACOTT and ROPATI. Jones.
Up three. Roll away.
Walters standing wide as first receiver.
Penalties on four.
Tackled well by HORO. Steve Walters skips out a dummy half.
Last one, no penalty. Let's go.
Fifth tackle. Score 2-all midway through the first half.
A bit like the test series in a little arm wrestle here. Whoever's going to give in first will lose by a couple.
Yes, well, will we see a try out of nothing? Good run from STALADI.
They go. Straight away.
Good whip by STALADI there to back his fullback up. Run into a beautiful little hole. Made an extra 20 metres.
Up one. Roll off.
ROPATI spins like a forward. Tries to shoulder his way out of the tackle. KEARNEY shoves his way through the line. His arm's been locked up though. Cunningham in the tackle with Doyle. Doyle's getting through lots of work in attack and defence. ENDACOTT nowhere to go and no one to give it to. Betts takes on Scott. Scott wins. Gets on top of him as it puts him down on the ground. KEARNEY back to Blake. Blake's almost out of the tackle. One to go. Endacott kicks across field, hasn't gone far forward. Mahon leaves it for Staladi and knocks him over the sideline. Good play by Scott Mahon.
Oh, great play by Scotty Mahon there. Watched the ball all the time, saw that Staladi was going to catch it and just took him over the sideline. Terrific work there. Watch this here. He sees he's going to catch the ball. Thank you, and come with me, son. Over the line you go.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Defences winning the day so far. Neither team has been able to score, but both teams have managed to make half breaks.
Yeah, make half breaks, but I think everyone's getting a little bit tired out there. Just can't finish them off.
Yeah, plenty of work up front in defence, and the cover's been there as soon as someone's halfway through the line.
Yeah, North Queensland had to make only one more tackle than the Auckland side. We'll see what happens shortly.
Kyle Warren again bursting upfield. He's playing strongly. He was in the starting lineup earlier in the season, but has had to drop back to reserve grade. Here's a good kick. Ellis bounces out of the air. Look at it. He's a jack in the box, Marc Ellis.
That's a great take by Ellis once again. Under a lot of pressure on that right-hand side. What a terrific take.
He's under pressure on and off the field, but he doesn't lack confidence, does he?
Just watch how he goes at Bud Young. Staladi.
Not a bad leap from Adam Warwick.
Yeah.
Here's a chance though for the Cowboys, and the Cowboys are over out wide. Bring it around to finish it off. Luke Phillips has scored on the left wing. First try comes out of nowhere. We were talking about comparisons to the test match, and this try has come out of nowhere.
Yeah, just a straight run to the line there, and Luke Phillips. The Auckland Warriors making a mistake. And like you said, it's been arm wrestle right up now. So the ball taken. Hanari makes the mistake, and Doyle puts on a beautiful pass out wide to Phillips, and he finishes them off. Once again, ERU goes to dummy half. Just couldn't control the ball there. Hanari loses it forward, and Doyle ever quick there, playing halfback today, using the 5'8". Gets it out wide to Phillips. It was a good try. Like you said, it has been an arm wrestle though.
Well, it's no surprise too that it should be John Doyle who's come up with the lost ball there, because he has been everywhere that the football has been. Now Phillips aiming to convert his own try. Hits it solidly, and the flags are up. And so too are the Cowboys fans. They lead the Auckland Warriors 8 points to 2. And they break the deadlock. 2-2 it's been for some time.
And now the Warriors have really got to respond now and get this ball out of their own red zone and get a good kick in and put some pressure on the Cowboys. Hopefully they'll come up with a mistake down the other end of the field and they can put some points on the board with a try.
Ellis takes it well. Hanari won't drop the ball this time. A lot of people in Auckland were tipping Hanari to break into the starting lineup. I believe he's got a lot of talent. Interesting to see whether his morale is broken by that try conceding mistake. But here's another mistake.
Yeah, another mistake there by ERU, trying to get the ball away. Just dropped it forward.
Exactly what the Warriors didn't want, having just given away a try. Well, a good set of 6 there.
They just made 40 metres and 3 tackles.
Jones. Comparisons to the first test continue, because this is exactly what New Zealand did. After they gave away the first try, they started to drop the ball in their own territory. Dropped backwards by CRESSBROOK.
Ball went down, straight down, then went back. Straight down, then back.
Well, if it went straight down and then back, I would have thought that was play on.
Well, we thought the other one was a knock-on before, and it wasn't.
I guess when the referee says straight down, he means straight down but slightly forward. Brief caution for ROPATI.
One against the feed.
SHIPWAY, CRESSBROOK. Well, you don't see it very often, and it's telling when you do see it.
I think what you said about Walters trying to get a spot back in that hooking spot for Australia, we've done us chances any harm doing that.
Glenn Murphy's on for the Cowboys, and he's only 10 metres out as he throws himself at the line. Dunemann calls for it. Scott Mahon now. Mahn's still going, gives it to Jones, and Jones is in. Great pass. And Jones was there at his shoulder to take it. Scott Mahon hit the line hard. They didn't have the numbers on this side. Auckland should have been able to match them man for man, but Scott Mahon is strong, and he just charged at the line and then got his hands free to Peter Jones.
Yeah, they certainly did, but he goes straight through them. ENDACOTT tries to hold on, and then he got that ball away to Peter Jones. But that was a great try there, set up by Scotty Mander. He's pretty happy with that one. Once again, the head-on view, he just goes, well, here we go, take this on, dummy inside, pops it up with the left hand. And ELLIS is just too close to trial on to stop Jones from scoring the try. As we said, comes from that mistake right back there. The third tackle. That's a great ball. Warriors would not be happy. So what the Cowboys are, they?
Well, Jones, who was a fitter and turner at the Tully Sugar Mill, is enjoying playing full-time professional rugby league now, though. And he was in the Queensland Tri-Series squad, didn't make the final team. But it shows that the selectors have got him on their list. You mentioned, first of all, the Warriors coughed up the ball, then they lose the scrum against the feed, and boom.
Yeah, a little bit disappointing, that's for sure. You know, they got the Cowboys to make the mistake, and again, they lose that scrum.
Now, Phillips' kick is right on target. So it's all the Cowboys all of a sudden, 14 points to 2, 2 converted tries out of nowhere, not so much against the trend of the game, but it was very even-handed. Suddenly it's 14 to 2. I see Matthew Ridge out there with the water bottle down there talking to the Warriors in the in-goal area. This is very long, it's too long, and ELLIS doesn't make the same mistake.
Yeah, good decision there by ELLIS there to let the ball go over. I'll get an easy 50-metre start here.
Well, instead of a drop out from between the posts, you come back to halfway and it's your penalty. ENDACOTT.
Well, I don't think ENDACOTT should be taking the ball up, Warren. He's not a forward.
John, that's a flop, mate. He was tackled. Yep, get it right. Stay away from him, John.
ENDACOTT makes the quick tap and goes straight ahead. But you're right, that should be a forward's job. ENDACOTT obviously fancies himself as a worker, though. He was one of the hardest working tacklers last year. Mainly in reserve grade. Jones. KEARNEY.
Both sides trying to get that ball back on the inside. I think there's a bit of a weak link for the Cowboys and also the Warriors around the ruck area.
Now MALAM gets them close. On the last. Will they run it or roll it in? Jones goes high to the corner. Pressure for Phillips. Plenty of men underneath it. Loose ball. Being knocked forward. Blake was after that in a flash. And very nearly got there.
Once again, Stacey Jones putting up the perfect bomb here. Warrior players and Reggie CRESSBROOK just misses it. How close does he get Phil Blake?
Well, he did get there, but one of his teammates had already knocked it forward.
Bring it back. Yeah.
Just a matter of inches sometimes in a game, and it was that close. There were plenty of hands up there. Tim Mander believed it was a Warriors hand that knocked that bomb forward.
Let's go, let's go.
DUNEMANN plays it down the other end. STALADI and ELLIS go back, but it's gone too far with that wind behind it. Quite a strong wind and getting stronger.
Steve, what's that this thing, mate?
Just have something on that ball, but just go that right side all the time.
Bring it back.
HOPPE can't go too far.
Right here, Johnny.
Well, both teams are playing as if there's no tomorrow. And the crowd is really creating a fantastic atmosphere. KEARNEY, tackled by SHIPWAY. ERU, ENDACOTT, MALAM, crunch! Steve Walters and Glenn Murphy, the tacklers. Anthony Swan twists, can't break away. On the last now. Jones beats the tackle of Jones. That was Jones on Jones. TUIMAVAVE with the kick. Well read by Warwick. Adam Warwick crossing cover, beautifully positioned.
That's what Stacey's got to do, is put them in two minds whether he's going to kick it or not, which he did. He put them under a lot of pressure.
Owen Cunningham is injured in back play, holding his leg, his left leg.
I think Owen's just walking straight to the sideline here.
Steve Walters. He runs at Syd ERU. Probably would have liked to have been doing that the other night. Oh, ERU comes again. He crunches him and hit him hard. The initial tackle was made by KEARNEY, but ERU hurt Walters.
We'll see that again.
As the kick goes dead in goal. Once again, here's the hit. Oh, yeah.
Hooker on hooker. Let's sort it out here.
Well, the judiciary may have another look at that swinging arm from Syd ERU, but Steve Walters was falling.
I say he was falling into the tackle, and Syd was probably a little bit upset that he missed it the first time.
ROPATI. Eva ROPATI dropped to reserve grade after playing pretty well last week against Canterbury, I thought. They dropped him to bring in STALADI. STALADI has performed well. ENDACOTT dummies and goes halfway through. Well tackled in the end by Luke Scott. The forward got across. Stacey Jones. KEARNEY unloads. Hanari has men outside. Fires the pass. STALADI is quick. Goes for the corner. Covers great. Scott Mahon got there. What a tackle from Mahon. CRESSBROOK was sliding across too. STALADI did everything he could do to get there. That's just great defence.
That is great defence, as you said. It gets the ball out of Hanari, and it's just a mad scramble to the trial, and great dive there. Reggie Crisp just helps him over the line, but Scotty Mahon, what a great game he's having. And all the boys go there and pat him on the back. Tremendous defence.
That was superb football by both teams.
The Cowboys really sliding in defence and forgot about the ruck here, and enabled Hanari to cut through the middle and offload to STALADI there.
Well, that's twice Auckland have gone close to scoring in the last few moments. They've been denied. Tackling hard, Marc HORO leading the way on stop that time. Now LOMAX. He runs into MALAM and HORO throws him back. Marc HORO's got a new lease of life in the last couple of years. We just about thought his career was over. He suffered some serious injuries in the mid-90s, or around that 93-94 period. Jones. Wrapped up by ENDACOTT. And HORO again. HORO's there to make his third tackle in this six. The kick goes straight to STALADI. You'd have to say that's one area that has been letting the Cowboys down in the last 10 minutes. Their kicks, too many of them have gone dead in goal. That one's gone straight to the player.
Yeah, certainly it's one thing that we're looking at half-time. I think Tim Sheens will be saying to the players, let's get the ball in the air. In the second half, they won't have the win with them, that's for sure.
KEARNEY. ROPATI.
Well, I think that's the first penalty in the whole game for offside.
There haven't been many.
7-2 to Auckland.
Now Auckland back inside the North Queensland 20. And the pass comes out to ENDACOTT. It's offloaded by Marc HORO. Slow play the ball though. KEARNEY. Almost out of the tackle of Murphy. Even Kearney wants someone put in the sin bin, and I don't blame him.
Well, I said that about 15 minutes ago. I thought the referee would put someone in there, but he hasn't. And Roberts once again going up and asking the question.
Hey, mate, that was unlucky. He got up to play the ball, okay, dropped it, and John's come over the top.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Come on against John.
Steve Kearney nearly gets away. Cunningham, John LOMAX. Oh, debatable that. Wins a tackle.
Yeah, well, equally, Kearney doesn't really get to his feet with the ball in his possession here, which is also a requirement, but still, the tackle come in late, no doubt.
Yeah, but you're not allowed to put the ball on the ground before it. You've got to pick it up first, then put it and play the ball.
Sure.
That penalty could have gone either way, actually.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. But I do think that once the penalty went to Auckland, that a player should have been in the bin, and it probably should have been LOMAX. ELLIS. He gets 2 more points there. They decided to go for the goal rather than for the try there. I wonder whether they'll live to regret that. Well, trailed by 10 points, it's 14-4.
Yeah, it's only 10 points. You know, it's only a try and a couple of kicks, and if Marc Ellis could keep this up, I don't think the other 10 points they're going to get is going to be a major problem for them.
I just feel that Auckland, if they'd held the ball for 6, they would have scored then. They were under so much pressure, the Cowboys. Could they have held out for another 6?
Problem is we'll never know now. They've taken the kick at goal. It's a decision their players make, and they went for goal. They got the 2 points on the board.
Look
Great
at the Warriors defence. 3 men in the tackle. Roberts is trying to clear it away and settle it down as Betts and Hanari and ROPATI get back on side after that 3-man driving tackle. Fantastic atmosphere at Stockland Stadium. You can't believe it. And making plenty of ground, the Cowboys. LOMAX stopped the ground this time. On the last tackle now. DUNEMANN puts it up high. ELLIS is going to go for it. STALADI protects him well, and Mahon crunches ELLIS. Finished off in the end by Jones. ELLIS is hurt. Plenty of courage taken. Jones to take that ball.
Plenty of courage to take the ball, because I'll tell you what, they put plenty on him today. Scotty Mahon lets him get the ball, and Wooshka, welcome to Stockland. I think he hits his head here when he goes back down.
ELLIS still down on one knee, getting attention. I'd hate to have seen ELLIS take that ball if he wasn't protected by STALADI, because he got in front of him and blocked the path pretty well.
He's done well, the young bloke on the wing.
Here's Phil Blake. Inside the last minute of the first half. Oh, Denis Betts, that's substandard football for a test footballer. Might not be much of a pass, but it was a wicked catch.
Denis Betts blown up at the dummy half there. Might have been STALADI, I thought. And here's another mistake now by the Cowboys.
Jones. They've got 30 seconds and 80 metres to go until they have a break. HOPPE runs into Murphy and LOMAX. LOMAX forces him back, trying to gain that dominant position that they've been talking about in Super League, where you can slow the ball down because the tacklers come out on top. Jones, ROPATI, ROPATI, swung to ground by DUNEMANN and loses the ball. So not long to go, the field goal attempt launched by Murphy, and looks go off the uprights. It was on target. Great snap by Glenn Murphy. And that is one fast and furious, hell for leather first half of football.
Well, I don't know if he knew he was going to do that either, but it was a great attempt by Murphy. Once again, look at this, straight up there. I thought it was over for all money. Just goes to the left hand, upright. Tell you what, if they had a couple of chases, it would have been a lot of pressure on Sean HOPPE to retrieve that ball. But like you said, they do look a little bit tight, both sides.
Murphy would have expected the breeze to bring that one back between the posts, not that he had time to even think about the win. But that was a great first half of football, and the Warriors in front of their home crowd, really, after it was 2-2 for the first 20 minutes, they broke it apart with 2 quick tries. And Auckland, despite going close a couple of times, haven't been able to cross the line. 2 penalty goals in their 4 points. But a whale of a second half coming your way. The crowd really getting their money's worth in the first half. Tim Sheens would have to be pretty satisfied. Maybe if they can just improve on their kicking game, they will be kicking into the wind. It should hold the ball up a little better, but they won't be able to gain the distance that they have in the first.
Well, I'll tell you what, they've put a lot of pressure on ELLIS, the fullback. Their ball's up in the air when they have. A couple of times they've been putting it back on the ground, and you can see the Cowboys dressing room there. Just everyone sitting down, having a rest, take the jersey off, get a couple of drinks, get the ice packs on. Let's get ready for another one.
Tim Sheens in the middle there. Now the Auckland dressing room. John Mahoney's already talking, telling them what they have to do in the second half. Trying to look around to see if Marc Ellis is okay. Just can't see him there at the moment, but John Mahoney is getting them set for a big second half. They're going to need it because they trail by 10 points at half time. It's the North Queensland Cowboys leading the Auckland Warriors by 14 points to 4.
Good game. This one's got a little bit of everything, Steve. Even a field goal attempt just before halftime would have made your heart glad.
Mate, absolutely great game. It's got everything. It's got great passing. It's got great defence. Ian Roberts and Johnny LOMAX are leading the way. Scott Mahon's having a great game. And Auckland, they're playing not too badly too. A couple of silly errors yet again. But Stacey Jones, he keeps probing. And while he ever is healthy, Auckland are a chance of scoring some tries.
And they'll have the breeze at their backs in the second half, which has played a factor in the first. David Peachy, we spoke about Marc Ellis, the fill-in fullback. But, geez, he's been strong under the high ball.
Yeah, he struggled there early on, but he got his feet. He took a couple of nice balls. They'd be showing a bit of faith in him now at the back. Couple of good breaks, and he should go all right, yeah.
And Dean Tracy, you'd be enjoying this forward clash. It's been no quarter given at all in this game.
Yeah, big hits out there at the moment, and they're getting off the line really quick. It's a great game.
Dean, I couldn't help but notice in the sheds, the Cowboys sheds, it's got quick play the ball. Timmy Sheen's put up quick play the ball. It's the essence of modern rugby league, isn't it? Quick play the ball, so the likes of the hooker like you can dart quickly from dummy half.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it is a major role of getting up and quick play the balls, and yeah, it can turn the game.
Well, it was a pretty even contest throughout that first half, and it took up until 17 minutes left on the clock until a mistake was made. Doyle cleaned that up and then got the ball out to Luke Phillips to score the first try for the Cowboys.
Here's a good kick. Ellis bounces out of the air with it. He's a jack-in-the-box, Marc Ellis.
That's a great take by ELLIS once again. Under a lot of pressure on their right-hand side. What a terrific take.
He's under pressure on and off the field, but he doesn't lack confidence, does he?
Just watch how he goes above young STALADI.
Not a bad leap from Adam Warwick.
Yeah.
Here's a chance though for the Cowboys, and the Cowboys are over out wide. Bring it around to finish it off.
Hanari makes the mistake, and Doyle puts on a beautiful pass out wide to Phillips, and he finishes them off.
That second try came a few minutes later, and it came from a win in the scrum against the feet. How rare is that? As rare as a Steve Mortimer missed tackle. That's how rare. And Peter Jones crossed to score.
Glenn Murphy's on for the Cowboys, and he's only 10 metres out as he throws himself at the line. DUNEMANN calls for it. Scott Mahon now. Mahon's still going, gives it to Jones, and Jones is in. Great pass. And Jones was there at his shoulder to take it.
Once again, the head-on view, he just goes, well, here we go, take this on, dummy inside, pops it up with the left hand, and ELLIS is just too close to trial on to stop Jones from scoring the try.
At that stage, it was still very even though the scoreline at 14-2 suggested that North Queensland had the upper hand. Auckland got very close a couple of times, no closer than than STALADI, who flew down the wing, but Scott Mahon made the most unbelievable tackle.
Stacey Jones. KEARNEY unloads. Hanari has men outside. Fires the pass. STALADI is quick. Goes for the corner. Covers great. Scott Mahon got there. What a tackle from Mahon. CRESSBROOK was sliding across too. STALADI did everything he could do to get there. That's just great defence.
That is great defence, as you said. It gets the ball out of Nari, and it's just a mad scramble to the try line. Great dive there. Reggie Crisp just held some over the line, but Scotty Mahon, what a great game he's having.
Absolutely sensational cover defence. You don't see much better than that, Steve.
No, it was great. You know, the score 14 points to 2. Great to see the Cowboys winning, but it really is no indication of the game. It's a lot closer than that. It's only 2 errors from Auckland, and that was the feed the ball into the opposition's half, and also the drop ball off their line. And there's 2 tries.
I agree with you. I'd be very surprised as we look at the stats if there's any great disparities there, other than the scoreline, which gives a 10-point buffer to North Queensland at half-time.
Well, it shows pretty right. Like Auckland have had a fair share of the ball. Errors, much more lone ball. They've had a lot of help, obviously, with the penalties there. But you know, the Queensland Cowboys, they're closing every sale opportunity that they get.
Indeed, you'd be feeling pretty confident if you were in the Auckland rooms at this stage, because they have been running against a very strong breeze, and it feels a lot better to be running with it in the second half.
Yeah, that's right. And it's really going to come down to the fitness of the Auckland team, because they're not known to really go the distance, and it'll be very interesting to see if they can get out there and get into it.
Although David said that it wasn't a real hardship for you to back up after the test match, the Auckland players in much the same boat that you were.
I'd rather play than follow on day. They say 2 days later.
That makes a difference if you win too.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, 2 days later, I think it's a lot harder. The soreness is like still coming out. The following day, you're straight back into it.
Dean, we saw a score on there, 14 points to 2, and the Warriors got a penalty. I agree, though, they kicked for goal. What do you think? Do you think they should have gone for the try or go for the goal?
I had them under a bit of pressure. I would have actually gone for the try, but again, you're taking the risk. You've definitely got the 2 points. Or
the reason I'm saying that is because okay, to kick the goal, right? You get the ball and you get the chance under the Super League rules to kick the ball back down that end, and you've got them back down there again.
Yeah, it's a good call, but
do you think that's changed the standard theory now, Steve? That which used to be that, you know, with a full half of football left and only 2 converted tries in it, that you take the points that are available. It was a pretty easy kick for Marc Ellis. Do you think that standard theory is changing with new rules in Super League?
Well, perhaps it is. Again, it depends on the scoreline, number one. Like, if it was 18 points to 2, they would have had to go for it. But now, they're 10 points away, so a converted try, and they've got to score again. So I think they're well in the game, and whatever Stacey Jones keeps probing like that, and Syd ERU from dummy half, mate, they're a chance.
Yeah, well, they certainly are. We're about to find out in the second half. But first, I should remind you that Fox Sports News, because of the late start to this game, Fox Sports News will be along at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time with Caroline Searcy. Caroline, what is the latest?
In today's early Super League result, the Adelaide Rams have scored another upset win, this time downing an injury-riddled Penrith in Sydney. The Rams came back from a 14-2 deficit early in the match to overtake the Panthers with 3 second-half tries. The final score 22 points to 16. In the AFL, North Melbourne has returned to form with a big win over Richmond at the MCG. The Roos taking the match 21-15-141 to the Tigers 7-4-46. To the Super 12s, and Auckland has beaten Natal at Eden Park after coming back from a slow start. The Blues taking that one 39-17 over the Sharks. And in motorsport news, Glenn Seaton has dominated round 3 of the V8 Supercar Series, winning all 3 races at Sandown today. And we'll have full details of those stories and all today's sporting results tonight in Fox Sports News at the slightly later time of 7 o'clock Eastern.
Looking forward to that, Caroline. Glenn Seaton certainly does love a victory, and he had a couple of them today. Now, are we going to change our tips at half-time? Steve, you're predicting an upset?
Still easy sales. Look, I honestly believe, again, it's 14 points to 4 scoreline, but Penrith, the Warriors get an opportunity in the second half. There's 40 minutes, they can score a try, and, you know, I still think they're a good chance. And as you said before, they've got the wind behind their back now, so that certainly is an advantage as well.
John Mody's been under a lot of pressure all year. It just keeps mounting and mounting and mounting. How does he feel at half-time?
Well, he can't play the game for them. You know, like the game against Canterbury, no coach could have told them, you know, to protect that ball. They just don't know how to protect the lead. Well, they're behind this time, so, you know, they've got a goal to chase. So I'm sure that Money will say, look, get out there, play like you are playing, but respect the ball in your own half. Let's get it down there. Let's use that wind and capitalise on our own scoring potential down in the Cowboys territory.
And David, in the other rooms, Tim Sheens can't afford to have a close-up shop attitude, can he? They have to keep attacking. The buffer's not strong enough for them.
No, that's right. I mean, they still got to go out. They'll be running into the breeze now, so they've got to play smart football. Forwards go forward, and the backs just get their chance whenever they want. But the forwards have got to lay the foundation now.
All right, well, the proof is in the pudding, and we're about to find out just who is going to win this game. Let's go back to Stockland Stadium with Warren Boland and Gary Freeman.
Welcome back to Stockland Stadium with the North Queensland Cowboys leading 14-4. Tim Sheens, you can see from his manner, very calm, very clear in his instructions, and he has the full attention of his team. Marc Graham's in the dressing room as well, assistant coach. In the bottom left-hand corner, that's Bob Sheens, Tim's brother, who's also part of the coaching staff here at North Queensland. But the full focus of the players is on the coach, Tim Sheens.
Yeah, certainly is wherever he's been. Like he's been to Penrith and I think Canberra. He's always come up with good results throughout the game. But there he is talking to Johnny LOMAX and Jones. You tell those sorts of players there, make sure they keep going forward, keep these young guys under control, and we'll come away with the game.
Players making their way out of the Auckland dressing room now. Grant Young over there leaning against the bench, hoping his side can lift. Frank Endacott's there too, the Kiwi coach.
Yeah, Frank there with John Mahon. They'll be trying to put in their best there to try and get the boys motivated for this next half. And I think the boys can turn this around and come back. They played pretty well in the first 40, that's for sure.
Well, here they come. Marc ELLIS coming back out, so that's a good sign. He's recovered okay from the knock he took under the heavy tackle from Scott Mahon after a bomb. I don't know whether I'm just taking Marc ELLIS aside because everyone in New Zealand seems to be suggesting he should be dropped, but I think he's shown plenty of courage and a fair deal of ability out there tonight.
Mate, he's taking some unbelievable catches out there tonight, and this young guy here, Staladi, has backed them up tremendously around the ruck here. Every time he's gone up to get the ball, he's got protection from the young kid, and he's done a great job for just his first game in first grade, he's only 21 years of age. Stacey Jones, another player I think has had a tremendous game, his kicking game in general, running and organising.
Ian Roberts leads the Cowboys back out. Scott Mahon having a strong game in the centres. Some touches of class from him. Ian DUNEMANN playing well in the 5/8 role. And the leader, Ian Roberts, and he is very much the leader of this outfit at the moment. He seems to be taking on the statesman role around the club and almost a fatherly role in some senses because he is making it quite clear that there's a lot of young guys in this team and they look up to him, and he's trying to show the benefits of his experience to his young outfit, particularly that back line.
Yeah, certainly, but the big thing is with his forward pack too, they see him going forward and pulling off big hits, they all respond and they all grow an extra leg too. Something to do when you get older, you sort of just take on that role automatically.
So Tim Mander gets the second half going, and a high kick-off, not all that deep. ELLIS comes charging forward and takes it. He commits himself to that ball on the full, and that's a good sign for a fullback. You've got to go to it. Fullbacks and wingers got to get to it on the full, but he's hurt himself doing it. Unusual kick-off from the Cowboys. I'm not sure that it was intentional. Coming right underneath it.
Yeah, certainly, yeah, you can just see him, he gets up, takes a great take, and he just gets crushed.
Now HORO gets squashed himself by Luke Scott and SHIPWAY and Roberts involved. ELLIS is still down on the ground. Looks to be an ankle problem. Last tackle, Stacey Jones. You can see that he learned that the wind is fairly strong. He just lobs that down and it still ends up close to the goal line for CRESSBROOK.
Okay, that's your own.
Reggie CRESSBROOK, they don't want to give him any room to move. He's quick and he has a useful swerve on him. ELLIS is being carried from the field. As the referee just calls timeout while Marc ELLIS has helped off. That's bad luck. Phil Blake comes back out.
Pick it up, wait for the whistle, don't pick it up, yep.
He's done a tremendous job at the back there, taking those high balls. Going back to that kickoff, I think some of the other players could have caught with the ball and he wouldn't have been in that situation. Anthony Swan was one of them.
Roberts on the angle, running inside Doyle. Now LOMAX stepping off his left and his right, and then eventually just puts the charge on. The North Queensland Cowboys assistant coach Murray Hurst is with us. And Murray, is Tim Sheen satisfied with that first half?
Oh, I'd have to say no to that. It's a real problem, the fact that we're falling off tackles and really haven't completed much in their half. So those are the couple of things that we're trying to work on this half.
Yeah, certainly he can't be happy on that. I thought he'd be pretty pleased come away with a scoreline of 14-4.
Oh, certainly. There's nothing wrong with the scoreline, but the reality is I think we could have been further in front had we completed in their half. And often people talk about completing in their own half. Well, our problem's completing down there, plus the fact that we're having a bit of trouble around the ruck area falling off tackles.
And what about the kicking game? Did he say anything about that?
Yeah, we're pretty happy with that. You might say that we kick the ball dead, that's no good, but we can get our defence set and then have 6 tackles, not 7, so that's not too bad for us.
Auckland are always dangerous. As Syd ERU makes a bust or a charge, what's the instructions for the second half?
Well, we're going to try and increase the speed of our play the ball. That's a bit of a problem as well. So that's a bit of a team goal this half. If we can come up with that stat on its own, I think we'll go well in the middle and go forward as a team.
All right, Murray. Good luck. They're playing well.
Thanks, Marc.
Murray Hurst, and we just saw Reggie CRESSBROOK with a perler of a catch.
Well, he's just done an ELLIS at the other end of the field, hasn't he?
They're trading blows, these two teams. You can't believe it's the same Cowboys outfit that went around against Perth. And I suppose in saying that there are a couple of changes, a couple of their better players are back on the park. Here's a good burst from Steve Walters, and maybe just that touch of experience in the forwards is really giving them the ability to open up much more and attack. They're fairly negative against Perth, and that's a good kick. Into the wind, driving it across field, finding touch.
I think getting players back like Johnny LOMAX helps them too, because he's a good go-forward player and very, very tough around that ruck area. STALADI, they just keep getting that ball over to that boy, don't they?
Surprising though that they did kick to the far side into the wind. You'd expect more balls to come in the direction of Sean Hoppe's wing, though Hoppe is a very good runner, as we know. There's a leg problem for Marc ELLIS.
Good tackle by Tim Sheen. He coached Sean Hoppe. He knows what he's like with the ball. Knows what he can do on attack.
Owen Cunningham has come onto the field, but he's been waved back off, and it's Bert Tabui who's coming out, wearing the headgear to pack into the scrum. Owen Cunningham has his left thigh heavily strapped. He was injured in the first half. I didn't think we'd see him back, and we may not. He came onto the field, got 10 metres on, and the trainer said, no, not you, get Tabui out here.
Come back.
ROPATI trying to play it, appealing for a penalty. Again, ERU this time yelling for a penalty as LOMAX sandwiches the player on the ground. Auckland dominating the penalties in the first half. 8-2. Now Kearney's screaming for the penalty. They're a bit frustrated, Auckland. They don't want to start worrying about whether the referee gives them penalties or not. Whether he slows the play the ball down too much. I suppose you try and intimidate the referee to some extent, but not to the point where it puts you off your own game. On the last now, Stacey Jones kicks down past CRESSBROOK, fine kick. And now we're joined by the injured Auckland captain, Matthew Ridge. Well, Matthew, 14 points to 4 down, but playing some pretty good football. What's the opinion for what they have to do to win it?
I think we've obviously got to play the ball down and play the game down in their half. We made a couple of unforced errors in the first half, and the Cowboys capitalised. They did pretty well, I thought. But their attack is, I'd say fairly limited, and our attack's been fairly limited today as well. So that's something we worked on at half time, and hopefully we can spread the ball wide and use the backs that we do have.
Just as we speak, Steve Kearney's obviously complaining to Tim Mander about the play the ball area. Is that something that you're unhappy with?
Oh, I think, it goes both ways. I mean, they're obviously slowing the play the ball down, and we are too, I guess. So, as long as it's going both ways, I guess that's fair enough.
Yeah, Matthew, STALADI and ENDACOTT, he must be happy with them guys. Mahon, they're going pretty well.
Yeah, I thought, STALADI's had a real good start. He was positive, and Shane's had a good start as well. But, we've got a bit of a problem now with Marc ELLIS off, so I'd say Shane will go to the bench and Gene will come on because of the kicking duties.
Just quickly, why didn't Gene play? Was he just injured or?
Yeah, I think he's taken a few knocks in the last couple of weeks, and I think the coach wanted to rest one or two of the halves, and Stacey played pretty well on the test, so I guess Gene got the rest.
As Peter Jones makes a good run, and Matthew yourself, when are you back?
Not for probably 2 or 3 weeks yet, so yeah, just bide my time on the sideline and chew the nails.
Okay, thanks for joining us.
Great.
Matthew Ridge, Phil Blake back on his dead ball line. Can he get out? Yes, he can. Good work by Blake. Mahon chases him down.
Tell you what, that was lucky. He took a dive. I know there was like nearly a voluntary tackle there.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. There's been some criticism of Auckland in that area. None
of them have done it today, Warren, I'll tell you that, but that's the first time I've seen it.
That's a little bit different, I suppose, in the sense that Blake, I think, was just worried about skidding towards the sidelines. Let's have another look here as he gets out.
Did a magnificent job in getting out, that's for sure. Saw the defenders come to just put on the pace. And there.
Yeah, I guess you're dead right there. That's a voluntary tackle, particularly if he dives on the ground and then doesn't make any attempt to get back up again.
I wouldn't have made any attempt with that big fella coming down on me either, let me tell you.
ERU pegs them back. CRESSBROOK on his try line. Steps nicely to get out 10 metres. Even that's a good effort. And HOPPE scrags him back. The Auckland kicking game has been quite useful so far. They're just putting them down there towards the try line. Not much deeper. And while, as Murray Hurst said, it does give the opportunity to set your defensive line back at the 20, it also gives the attacking team a little bit of time to set up, whereas from this position they're still coming back to get onside.
Yeah, it certainly does, but I think the ball's been slowed down enormously by both sides around that ruck area, because they have defended extremely well, both teams.
Walters to DUNEMANN to Mahon. ROPATI wraps him up. Fifth tackle, just inside the Auckland half. DUNEMANN with the kick. And back there is Blake playing at fullback at the moment. And DUNEMANN ankle taps him and he goes down. Scott can't make the tackle on STALADI. Matthew Ridge said that Phil Blake would probably go back to fullback. In some ways, he and Marc ELLIS aren't dissimilar. They've got that speed off the mark. You don't want to take your eye off them or they'll be gone. And it's quite small under the bombs. Don't have the height to go up. HOPPE. Taken by Doyle from behind.
Push it back.
SHIPWAY over the top. MALAM. Throws the pass back to KEARNEY. Hops a lovely pass up to SWANN, to HOPPE. Good tackle on the inside from Murphy covering.
Tell you what, Brady Mahome's really taken the game to his other forwards, getting the ball away.
Jones called for it and got it to Betts. Bad pass though. They lost ground, STALADI. Almost a goose step as he stopped and started. Fifth tackle. Jones puts it up. Tried to run it, thought he might be able to squeeze through. Well taken. They've seen some quality work under the bomb today. And that was Warwick. Adam Warwick did well. Former Bronco under 19. This is starting the second half the way the first began. The real arm wrestle. The tough stuff is on. Steve Walter's good ground, but he can't get the quick play the ball, not yet. He looks towards the referee. It's the tackle that time with Steve KEARNEY. It's tit for tat.
I think Steve's just getting his own back, really.
And DUNEMANN, it came off. Auckland came back, still on the last. Wasn't Slater.
LOMAX kick here.
LOMAX chip and chase, gets a boot to it. CRESSBROOK is there. Reggie CRESSBROOK races in. CRESSBROOK scores. Can you believe it? Off a Johnny LOMAX chip kick. Unheard of. But what was there to be seen and done was the backup play from CRESSBROOK. He loves getting involved. North Queensland lead 18 points to to 4 with a conversion kick to come, and this is going to go a long way towards winning the game. First try of the second half is always vital, and never more so than when you already lead by 10 points.
Yeah, well, I thought the Warriors were getting on top, especially in defence, but the Cowboys really were going nowhere here. They look short on the side. It's come off the ricochet of STALADI. They're throwing a long ball there, and I picked it with Johnny LOMAX and said he's got to kick the ball. Did a great job. Steve KEARNEY trying to keep him out there, and Reggie CRESSBROOK just backs him up on the outside. Little toe on. Oh, he'd be happy with that little dive there too.
Absolutely.
Watch Johnny LOMAX here once again.
Steve KEARNEY tries to block LOMAX.
Did a pretty good job.
Blake couldn't get there in time. And that had taken Blake out of the defensive position. PHILLIPS right in front adds 2 more points, and Auckland is staring down the gun barrel of another defeat. The Cowboys, can they take it home? They lead 20 to 4. There's still 28 minutes to go. Tim Sheens knows that that's a long, long time.
Well, like I said, Warren, I thought the Warriors were getting on top then, especially in the defence area. And little things like that. They didn't move up on the right-hand side of the field, which allowed Johnny LOMAX to get away with that kick. And resulted in Reggie CRESSBROOK has been great at the back and scored a try right underneath the post.
Well, I love Reggie CRESSBROOK up here, originally from Woorabinda, and then he's joined the Cowboys when they first came into the competition. He's been here since '95. He's been there through the tough years, and he's still there. Fought back to win his fullback spot, back from Mahon.
Once again, Brady Mahon getting the ball away. They want to back this kid up. He is good.
ENDACOTT gets it away to ROPATI, breaks the tackle. Well, they're inside the 10 anyway. ROPATI managed to tear out of the tackle of DUNEMANN.
See the penalties there, 9-2 to Auckland.
TUIMAVAVE. Betts races up to take the tap. Piggyback penalties here, and the Warriors are just 10 metres out. ENDACOTT wrapping around Jones. Mahon and ELLIS come to grips. Marc Ellis is back on the field, and he and Scott Mahon have a minor set to. That was the reason the pass didn't go out. Mahon had come up so quickly. Jones back inside to Betts. Betts is hungry.
Got to go let the Warriors.
ENDACOTT, again the defence races up. Kearney has the ball knocked out of his grasp. 6 more tackles. Fair decision. The crowd don't like it though. ROPATI. ENDACOTT shuffles out of the tackle. ENDACOTT for the line to ELLIS. ELLIS dives for the corner. He looks like he could be out. No, the referee's going to call for the video. Video referee. And this is a very important decision because Auckland need this try. Warwick missed the tackle here, and then it comes out to ELLIS, and he dives for the corner. Scott Mahon again, he saved a tackle, a try in the first half with a great tackle. That's no try.
We've got away from the decision, but I'm going with you. I don't think it's a try either. Great tackle again, Scott Mahon. Isn't he having a night? Why ask them? It doesn't matter. What are they going to say?
Well, are they going to get the announcement on the big scoreboard?
No, he's going to wait, mate. Yeah.
Well, I think in this situation they should just get on with it. Everybody knows it's no try. Everyone's seen the replay. The referee's waiting for the official confirmation. Here it comes now.
Well, aren't they happy about that one, Warren?
I know it's dramatic, but when it's getting slow, they should just get on with it. LOMAX. Well, that's 3 near misses now for Auckland, but you've got to give credit to the Cowboys' desperation in cover defence every time. Scott Mahon saved 2 tries, as I said. Doyle. So quickly they're on the attack once more. Doyle makes another break. 5th tackle. DUNEMANN goes wide. Jones stabs it through. Here comes the chase and STALADI kicks it dead. There'll be a dropout from one end of the field to the other off the 20-metre tap.
Great work here, going to the line, brilliant little kick in there, Jones. Great chase here. And the young bloke gets that ball over the line.
ELLIS, deep drop kick. Down almost 60 metres. SHIPWAY now brings it back. Hasn't seen much ball in attack, Marc SHIPWAY today. Been tackling well.
Really, they've been attacking that right-hand side all day long, haven't they?
Roberts thrusts his way through. Didn't have any support. LOMAX, they're winding up here, the Cowboys. They sniff another try, and they sniff victory. This is it. This could be it. Held up. Very, very close.
Third tackle. Third tackle. Get your ball.
Steve Waller's trademark attempt from dummy half.
Tell you what, a great play the ball by Johnny LOMAX. Allowed Walters to get out there that quickly. Great defence by Mahon. He's having a great game along with HORO and ERU that were there to hold him up too.
Well, that's the front row, and they're in the right position. Can they hold out again?
Stand up, please, stand up. No, Auckland, you haven't got a combination, fellas.
The Cowboys have set up an unusual formation behind their scrum. They've got all the players right behind the scrum.
This is a Canberra move.
Now they swing it wide. SHIPWAY evades a tackle. SHIPWAY almost in. Had PHILLIPS outside, couldn't pass to him. CRESSBROOK. The Warriors' defence sorely tested here. They've got to hang on. They must hang on. Out it comes PHILLIPS, bustling his way through. Desperately tackled by HOPPE. Walters, lovely pass wide. Doyle goes to the line himself. Betts came up quickly with ERU. Centre field. Jones. TUIMAVAVE swings him back. LOMAX to Doyle. To Bowie. They've done better to go out. Auckland had the marked man on man.
Gotta go left.
Last tackle now. Kick put through. And PHILLIPS coming through quickly. The ball beats them all. Little too deep.
I think Auckland did a great job there in holding up that set of sixes. They're under a lot of pressure here. DUNEMANN going to the line. A little bit too heavy. I think he could have done a little bit better in passing the ball. That they were a bit short. There's only HOPPE left.
The steam whistle was blowing, but the pressure valve released. Auckland back to the 30. They've weathered that storm. But still they trail by 20 points to 4. I'll need 3 tries to get back into it. Jones loses it. Peter Jones crunched him. Jones getting the pass just as he was tackled.
Cowboys bootless.
You just open yourself up there, don't you, when you do a bit of the old juggling act. And Jones just comes straight in on Jones.
I play 2. Come out. Scott, you're off.
And Ari kicking to get up to his feet. There have been some inconsistencies in the length of time tackles have been allowed to hold them down.
Wait here.
Tabui makes the tackle that time. ROPATI. SHIPWAY comes in. Strong driving tackle up into the ribs. Tabui over the top for 2 in a row. KEARNEY. They're running into brick walls right now, the Warriors. The Cowboys are lifting and they're encouraging one another. LOMAX and Roberts slap each other on the back. Kick rebound. Oh, trouble though for PHILLIPS. He flings it back in. 6 more tackles. So that was a mistake by PHILLIPS.
Well, he should have let the ball go because it wasn't attacked by any of their players and they would have got the ball in the scrum.
He didn't have much time to think about it. Betts makes the break. Defence closed in on him just in time. Now Blake, but he hasn't got men with him. Comes out and finds HOPPE. HOPPE straightens up. The Warriors have got to take this opportunity. Jones cuts out Kearney, goes to Betts. He gives it back nicely to Endacott. Endacott throws the dummy and goes all the way. Shane Endacott fooled a lot of them with a beautiful dummy. He had two men on his left who were relatively unmarked, and the defence was sucked in by a ripper from Shane Endacott. Scores under the post, so it's not out wide. Gives them the chance for the big six. It's 20-8 to North Queensland.
Yeah, certainly does. Watch Denis Smith straighten up here. He gets picked up on the tackle, offloads to Endacott, throws the big dummy. Even Reggie CRESSBROOK missed the tackle. Can't believe it. But a good try there from the young boys. Had a strong game tonight, I think. Once again, watch Betts go here, unloads. And that's great backing up from the 5'8". Just steps off his left-hand foot. His left foot, I should not, was left-hand foot. Goes underneath the post.
And Marc ELLIS landed the conversion from in front. So the Warriors pick back the Cowboys. 10 points the difference now, 20-10 in favour of North Queensland. We've got 17 and a half minutes to go. So two converted tries now would put Auckland in the lead. But that was really against the run of play because the Cowboys were pummeling the Warriors in defence. And just for that ricocheting kick, which really wasn't the best reaction from Luke Phillips in going for the ball, gave them back possession and the Warriors were able to continue on. Luke Phillips lucky to get the benefit of a poor play the ball there. Interference by Auckland.
You hear the referee saying what happened there, so he must have got a word from the touch judge to say that he was pushed back down trying to play the ball.
Doyle finds touch 35 metres out, so here come the Cowboys again. SHIPWAY gets himself on side. Luke Scott. HORO takes him side on. Roberts hammers it at the line. Doyle. He's had a good game, John Doyle. He's been everywhere, busy, always dangerous. He's linked up well with his outside men. He's backed up. Murphy runs into solid defence from Endacott and Betts. There are only 10 out here. DUNEMANN goes wide to Mahon. And he leaps. He launched himself to try and batter his way through. Still on though. Steve Walters gets it back to Mahon. The Warriors throw them back off their line. ROPATI in defence. DUNEMANN kicks across field. Coming down just a couple of metres out. They all fly for it. And they're after it. The Cowboys. It's Luke Scott. He gets it down in the corner. I think it's a try. Tremendous work. It's a video referee decision, but it was Luke Scott who is a front rower chasing across behind the bomb and did so well just to be in that position on the field.
There was Stacey Jones trying to hold him up there. Can't really tell. I think he's got the try. ROPATI, Stacey Jones, a great kick here. It comes off one of the hands. Sean HOPPE, I think, and just bounces up the arms of Luke Scott. Jones tries to get him there, and so does HOPPE, but
gee, it's hard to tell.
Well, the linesman was right there, so he could have given a decision. You see the linesman
in the end, he might be the best man for the referee to make a final decision with, because neither angle was conclusive. So you see the ball get down, but where was Scott's other arm?
This will be the shot that will tell us whether Stacey Jones has pulled the ball out or not.
And there's a white line too.
It's a try.
You reckon it is a try?
I'll go with the try.
Yeah, I was leaning the other way. I thought it might have got a bit of white line as well. Cheers. Horror decision. Tough. Good luck to the video referee. Tim Mander's out there talking to his touch judge. Here comes the decision. try. Well, it was a tough call, and the Warriors were set up for a 20-metre tap, and they'll have to wander back into the end goal. And that is a bell ringer of a try for the Cowboys. They're back out to a 14-point lead with 15 minutes to go. 24-10.
Yeah, I think they'll be a little bit disappointed at that. They did go high to get the ball.
Now that is John Doyle back on the halfway. Yeah. He's getting set for the restart of play, but back 25 metres out is the conversion attempt where Luke Phillips is setting it up. So 14 points lead, and this kick to extend it to 16. And Ian Dunnemann's bomb comes up trumps for Luke Scott. Now Luke Phillips, 4 from 4. Will it come back? No. So Tim Soons chewing the fingernails. Is this a big enough lead, he's thinking? Can we hold the Warriors out? Ground announcer says that Tyron Smith is ready to take his place in the game. He hasn't been used so far in the match after playing for New Zealand on Friday. He's been used mainly off the bench in the last few weeks by Tim Soons, as he has tonight, but he's been used earlier in the game than this. There he is in to make the tackle. Betts has tried hard in the second half.
He certainly got them back into the game when they try up the other end.
Namu, Gene Namu, can he pull something out of the hat late in the game? Jones's kick fires down the line and finds touch. Now they have to hope that the Cowboys will crack and start to make some mistakes. Kick from Jones wasn't all that deep. Finding touch 30 metres out. He had a narrow angle to work with. Auckland, good tumble to bottom of the ladder here. North Queensland have 4 points. They should be over 6 if they win. And Auckland will be equal with them at the bottom. Won't the heat be on John Mooney then? John Mooney and his team. Doyle. CRESSBROOK carves his way in from behind. Loses the ball in the tackle of Kearney and Swann. Phillips drives them back a metre. Endacott to Namu. ROPATI gets outside them. STALADI. Good cover.
That's what they've got to do. They've got to throw the ball around.
As Ian Dunemann got across to the wing in defence that time. Kearney taken by Doyle. Swann. Trouble for one of the Cowboys.
I think he's got cramp. They're just trying to get him off the field so they get another player out there as quick as possible.
Betts swings it out for ROPATI, goes without it. And now a chance. It's Peter Jones. Jones down the sideline. They get to him just in time. ELLIS and Endacott got there. Jones loses the ball. It's been raked out, and now a player's in the bin, and this will drive the Warriors crazy. A bloke in the bin now. It's Endacott in the bin. In the first half, Tim Mander wouldn't put a Cowboy in the bin on 2 occasions. This obviously was very much a professional foul close to their own line, causing Jones to lose it.
Yeah, but 11 minutes to go in the game, and putting someone in the bid now for 10 minutes means you play the rest of the game for 12 men. I think it's, if you're going to do it in the first half and let everyone know exactly what's going to happen, not wait till 70 minutes of the game's over.
Well, more to the point, you've got to be fair to both teams. You've got to be seen to be fair at least. Now the Cowboys are inside the 20 once more. Glenn Murphy. Great, rolling it forward. Doyle to Bowie. Complex play. Warren is tackled just a few metres out. They go from dummy half. They're over this time. And it's Steve Walters again. He's tried 2 or 3 times in the match. He's been held up. Not this time though. Steve Walters, he loves just hitting him from dummy half. It's 28 to 10, and with just 12 men, the Auckland Warriors are sunk.
Yeah, they'll be a little bit disappointed with that, that's for sure, but I think this...
Now this is the incident with Jones down the line.
And both players, Endacott and ELLIS, make a great covering tackle there. Natural thing to do is to hold on as a player. You don't want to have a try scored against you. Well, I don't know if he's actually pulled the ball out there. I think he's actually let it go.
Well, no, I think Endacott at least had his hand on the football.
But he hasn't pulled it out.
But Jones lost it equally.
This is the Steve Walters try. Again, just burrowing over from the dummy half spot. If you don't get off the line against this bloke, he'll score against you 9 times out of 10.
A good quick play the ball. Phillips from a similar position, doesn't miss this time. So this is a big score mounting now for North Queensland. Surely one of their biggest score lines. 30 to 10 as Walters goes over, black and white, however you like it.
That was a halo over him. Yeah, someone helping him out there, that's for sure. No wonder we couldn't tackle him.
30 to 10. Another horror day for Auckland.
I think though we will be very disappointed in that performance.
I think we'll hear about that sin binning though. Not that has decided the game, let's face it. North Queensland are already well ahead. Inside their own territory, they've got to take some chances for respectability. I don't think they can win it now. MALAM. They have the line stretched right across to the wing here, the Warriors. Jones doesn't get it away. They're still moving up quickly, the Cowboys. Namu, looks as if it's come off the side of his boot. See, Namu hangs his head.
If things aren't going right, they just don't go right for you, do they? A little bit of pressure on their Gene to try and get their kick away as quickly as possible and come up with a bad result for the Auckland Warriors.
And yet another chance for the Cowboys now. They'll just love this.
Held down.
Against Stephen Kearney. Kearney, the captain in the absence of Matthew Ridge, and he was very angry on a few occasions. It's interesting thinking about the captaincy of the Cowboys. Steve Walters was captain before being suspended. And Ian Roberts took over the captaincy today. I'm not too sure who actually led them out. I thought it was Roberts, but both men have had their turns talking to the referee.
I'm just going to say that I think they decided it was time for a change because nothing was happening.
10 metres off. Take it back 10, thanks, Pete.
So Phillips can add insult to injury here. Right in front, it's waved away. It lets them off the hook for 2 at least. ELLIS drops out down to the opposition 30. Six minutes left. The Cowboys will be so hungry. Tyron Smith makes a mistake. Namu tries to put them on the attack to Kearney. When you're a team like the Cowboys who suffered more defeats than wins, not only are they winning here, but they've got that comfortable cushion, so they'll be very excited about scoring some more tries.
They'll be more excited when the whistle goes. They've won the game.
ROPATI has got on the outside of his man a couple of times. Pushes DUNEMANN away. Actually, ROPATI is apologising to DUNEMANN. I think it was a low blow and it was an accident. Kearney back to ELLIS, but there's nowhere to move. It's okay going back deep for that play, but you've got to have room to move on the outside. They were too cramped.
And the Warriors are really wide here on the left-hand side. They've got to go another quick pass.
That's the right place to go to ROPATI. Kearney backs up. Namu. It's got STALADI. Namu gets to him now. On it goes. No. STALADI cut down. Kyle Warren the tackler. Gee, they've saved some tries. The Cowboys defence. Betts kicks too deep. Penalty though.
After the game. And remember when you're leaving tonight, the Stockland crowd rankings on the way outside the ball game, you get to your home. Turn on some of the league from the Auckland gate.
ERU takes the tap and gives it to MALAM. He looks for support, there's no one there. The big play no doubt is still to come. Kearney, back to Jones. SWANN opens it up for HOPPE, and HOPPE with that brilliant sidestep has ripped his way straight through. He moves so smoothly on his feet. When he steps, he loses no pace. He just seems to increase pace, Sean HOPPE. So beautifully balanced. The step off either foot. Anthony SWANN did well to turn him inside.
He certainly did good well. He steps off his left foot there, and then HOPPE just accelerates and goes straight through the hole. Bit of pride coming back here for the Auckland Warriors.
Looks as if Kyle Warren might be playing at fullback, and when he saw HOPPE coming, he wished he wasn't.
I don't think anyone playing fullback with this man running at 100 mile an hour would be pretty hard to stop, that's for sure.
ELLIS adds 2 points. Now the score doesn't look as bad as before, but the fact is that North Queensland are going to win this game. Queensland 30, Auckland 16.
What you'll see here, Warren, is a short kick on the Warriors. We're trying to get the ball back as quickly as possible.
You tipped it well. They knock it back, it's play on. But it's well controlled, surely gone 10 metres. Namu swings it out. SWANN. He's in trouble here. Over the touchline. It was DOYLE in defence with PHILLIPS, and Ian Roberts congratulates them.
Yeah, good defence there by Scott. And DOYLE once again just going down low with the first tackle. A little bit disappointed with this. Set up a try just before. Takes the ball over the sideline there.
DOYLE knocked over from the scrum win. 2 minutes left. SHIPWAY and the crowd want more. They're going to make sure that the Cowboys don't shut up shop. Scott scored a try. He's lifted there. Lifted by Kearney unnecessarily, but it was safe enough. Walters has always caused them trouble today. Picks up the 10 metres. DUNEMANN puts the kick in there, chasing through here. It's Warwick. Warwick dives for it, but he's been penalised.
Over here. Penalty offside. In front of the kicker. Offside. Wait, he's offside here.
See that, mate? See that?
Let's have another look.
Gets out of dummy half here. Oh, just about a yard offside, but didn't he show some pace?
Yeah, very close thing there for
good decision by the referee, Tim Mander.
Adam Warwick. He's only 19 years old. Swan are trying everything here, late Auckland, to gain some more respectability.
Go wide.
Betts is out there in the centres. Over the top comes Tyron Smith. Underneath was Jones.
3, 2, 1, let's hit it!
Namu cuts them open down the middle. Tackled us after he put the kick ahead. Back goes Warwick. And he runs it dead. With not much time left. They've got another penalty for the tackle on Namu. So the Warriors, one more chance. Steve Walters runs down and he's keeping the ball away from Tim Mander's got his back to them anyway. Stacey Jones runs back. So time running out. One more chance for the Auckland Warriors, and there it is. Fed back. ROPATI crashes over the line. The game probably not finishing the way the Cowboys wanted it to after playing so well and having the upper hand for so long. They'll still take the win, but they're going to finish behind their own posts.
Well, one of the guys who can hold himself up very high here is this Brady. Mahon goes to the line once again. Pops a beautiful ball back there. Good backing up by ROPATI. Could have backed this kid up earlier in the first half. I think he's played outstanding. Runs into a great hole there by Namu. He's actually given some life when he's come onto the field. So ROPATI once again putting that ball down. He'll be pretty happy with that one.
Well, Namu made the break, but got them close with a penalty for being tackled after he kicked. Sean Hoppe is standing down there with the referee as Marc Ellis puts this between the posts. Too little too late for Auckland. They have suffered another devastating loss to North Queensland, positioned lower than them on the table. Tim Sheens looks almost exhausted, doesn't he? 30 points to 20 at full time to the North Queensland Cowboys, who clamber off the bottom of the ladder. They're not there by themselves anymore. Auckland have gone backwards to join them.
Yeah, certainly they would have been disappointed with that result, the Auckland Warriors, but the amount of players backing up and not starting tonight.
So at full time, North Queensland defeating Auckland here at Stockland Stadium, 30 points to 20.
A good clash, as they so often are at the bottom of the ladder, because no